Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. Welcome to Milk Carton Mysteries, episode number 31. And today is oh my God, it's a doozy. Today's a doozy of an episode. As I was looking up stories to talk about today, I oftentimes ask myself, like, what's going to be interesting? What's going to be fascinating? Not every story is fascinating, unfortunately. Not every story is very interesting, unfortunately. These stories, oh boy. Um, yeah. Yeah, I don't quite know what to think of this one. So what I'm asking of you, those of you who listen to this in any capacity, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's over on iTunes, where I would hope you would leave us a 5-star review. I will be reading those off here on the show, probably once a week at least. And those who want to join in on the Anchor FM app in order to leave your voicemails, I'm going to want to hear them. You're going to want to go download the app. And you're going to want to go to Milk Carton Mysteries and obviously subscribe. And then you're going to I want to hear your thoughts. My God, this is some stuff here. All three of these stories. Holy shit. This is 100% going to get me demonetized on YouTube because the stuff here is wild. And I know I'm hyping it up. I don't want to overhype it. I don't want to overdo it, but we live in a sick world. And today I'm going to showcase that. So I just want to get that trigger warning out of the way, I guess. So I appreciate everyone who listens. I appreciate everyone coming over to facebook.com/groups/the Milk Carton. And of course, we have gotten a couple new patrons. So patreon.com/Matt Jarbo, if you guys want to support the show. There will be some new perks added into that one, like maybe a special private weekly live stream or something where we can hang out, talk about some cold cases or current cases or something that I just didn't get to. And of course, as it all builds up, it's all about telling the stories and getting you guys involved. I want you guys involved. All right. Enough preamble. Let's get into the story here. The first thing we're going to talk about today is a tragic case. And by tragic, I mean absolutely disgusting because I forgot which slide was first. So this is a headline. Bay Area man allegedly plotted to rape and kill girl to sell footage. Feds said they found videos of murder and torture in his home. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can look at this guy and kind of go, yeah, he probably drives a windowless van that has free candy scrawled on the side. But just the title of the article alone, Bay Area man plotted to rape and kill a girl to sell the footage. Jesus Christ. Okay, we got to find out more, right? So, federal prosecutors in the Bay Area have filed felony charges against a Fairfax man who, according to a criminal complaint, told an undercover agent he wanted to rape and kill a 5-year-old girl, film the incident, and sell the video. I'm glad I'm just like, oh my God. When authorities identified the man and raided his home, they discovered a cache of hundreds of graphic videos, including child pornography and bestiality, as well as violent deaths, mutilated human bodies, and animal cruelty, according to the criminal complaint. So he didn't have this, like he didn't kill people. He just had all this on his computer. This guy was mentally preparing himself to do what he was talking about. Now, one of the videos depicted a girl approximately 2 to 5 years old being tied. Oh my God, I just don't want to. Oh, I don't want to read this to you guys. It's bad. 2 to 5 years old being tied up while a woman sexually abused and burned her with a candle for approximately 8 minutes. I have a 2-year-old, so I immediately thought of that, and that's can we just burn this guy? Can we just like skip court? I know due process. I get that. And I'm not arguing. Like, again, I mean, come on, guys. That's just, okay. I got to move on. Now, the defendant, Ryan Michael Kannett, 36, is in fact a registered sex offender due to a prior conviction where he offered a 10-year-old's legal guardian cocaine in exchange for being allowed to molest the child. In conversations with the undercover agent, he reportedly identified himself as a pedophile and made it clear he was not just fantasizing. This is the kind of guy that you just want to see left on like a rock somewhere and like never thought of ever again. You know, this is a disgusting individual. This is a terrible individual. Now, last December is where this all started, when Kannett allegedly, and I want to reiterate it's allegedly right now until we get a conviction, but let's be fair, one is coming. He reached out to an undercover agent with Homeland Security Investigations, a branch of ICE. The agent was on Kik, a chat application, when Kannett, using the screen name Sir Sicko, reached out to him. Now, Kannett allegedly says here, Did I read it right from the group chat that you are interested in a dark and depraved opportunity for some real action and real life? The agent responded in the affirmative, the complaint says. Now, from there, Kannett told the agent that he wanted someone to join him in raping, torturing, mutilating, and killing his ex-girlfriend and his younger female relative, filming the event, and then selling the film. Now, Kannett allegedly discussed wanting a 5-year-old victim at first, then later said any child of any age would be sufficient. So this guy had a lot, I mean, all things considered, I think at this point, his ex-girlfriend and his younger female relative are probably feeling a very, very happy sigh of relief. I mean, because they already know about this information. Like the police, other people have already told them about this information. My God. Now, during the chats, Kannett shared several files, both video and image, of sexually explicit material involving children. The agent, who was based in Chattanooga, Tennessee, reached out to authorities in the Bay Area who verified Kannett's address. Federal and state authorities raided his home last December 17th, discovering more than 450 graphic files on a tablet belonging to Kannett, allegedly. I've got to make sure on that one. Kannett was then charged with possession of child pornography. His first court appearance has not been set yet, and he remains in custody at the Santa Rita jail, where he is being held without bail. So they've got this guy now since last year, and he's just sitting there waiting. And I would just say at this point, lose the case, let him sit. Just lose the case, let him sit. As we talked about yesterday, there was a guy out of Australia who killed that father, just a man he thought was a Fed. And he escaped. He's still out there. He still escaped. Like there are people out there you just want to stay, you just want to see locked behind bars. And this is one of those people. I mean, this guy, I guess you could say, looks seemingly ordinary enough, but there's an emptiness in his eyes. There's a craziness in his eyes I see from here, and it's like these fantasies were not going to remain fantasies for long. Like, I guess we're all lucky as a society that this sick fuck decided that he wanted to try to get some help, and it happened to be an officer and not, in fact, someone else who was a sick, depraved individual. That video of that 2-year-old, I'm like, my God, man, that's just fucking disgusting. Okay, I'm going to move on. This is what we're talking about now, coming out of Arkansas. This is a story that's a couple days old, but it's still interesting nonetheless. Police have charged an Arkansas farmer with the rape and murder of a jogger age 25 after he spotted her on the highway and doubled back to kidnap her before joining a Facebook group that was trying to help find her. Now, this is the woman here, Sydney Sutherland, 25 years old, a young woman, beautiful young woman, a whole life ahead of her, who was raped and killed by Quake Lewellyn. Yeah, his name is Quake, this guy right here. Looks like a bit of a quake. Now, this is what the article says. A local farmer abducted, raped, and buried a nurse who went missing while jogging in Arkansas last week. Sydney Sutherland, 25 years old, was reported missing on August 19th after she failed to return home from an afternoon jog. She was then found dead near her home in Newport, Arkansas. And now a third-generation farmer, Quake Lewellyn, 28 years old, of Jonesboro, was charged with her murder. On Monday, police said during a probable cause hearing that Lewellyn spotted Sutherland on the highway as he was driving, doubled back, abducted her, then drove 3 miles away to a farm in order to rape her. Now, my question then becomes, what is it? I mean, granted, rape is never about sex. It's about power. We know that it's a crime of opportunity. We know that sort of thing. But what is it about this person specifically that triggered that from Quake? Well, we don't really know entirely, but he did confess. Now, authorities said here that he confessed to killing her when they questioned him about her disappearance. The Arkansas State Police agent Mike McNeil took the stand and explained how Lewellyn was traveling westbound on County Road 41 when he saw Sutherland walking by, and then he turned around to abduct her. He forced her in the back of his pickup truck, then drove about 3 miles to a farm where he raped her, killed her, and then buried her body. Police then found her body following a 3-day search operation using canine units and helicopter crews. She was last seen running on State Highway 18 between Newport and Grubbs around 3 p.m. Wednesday of last week. On Friday, her body was found, and those remains were identified as hers over the weekend. Now, the hearing did not address how Sutherland died, but her family was present at the courthouse. And Lewellyn here, Quake Lewellyn, is ordered without bail until his next court date, which is October 1st. I mean, this dude confessed. Now, the craziest part is that he joined a Facebook group that was trying to find her. And you know, you don't really hear much about that in these situations. But what it tells me, just using armchair psychology, is that he was either looking to relive the crime, like through other people, like vicariously through other people, or he wanted to see where they were looking in order to maybe thwart the finding of the body. It didn't work. 2 days later, they found her. Or he could have gotten some kind of gratification off of watching the pain and suffering of others. And that could be a reason. I mean, I'm no psychologist, and I'm pretty sure eventually a psychologist will hear this and go, wow, Matt, you're really messed up in how you approach some of these situations. In fact, there's a review on iTunes that says that I have some kind of like glee in my voice when discussing that Dutch torture chamber. I'm like, I just find it to be a wild story. So I'm sorry my enthusiasm for the weird comes through, I guess. It's not that I'm trying to be mean or insensitive. It's just that, you know, it's a crazy story. There was an entire torture chamber, like a kidnap and ransom plot that got busted. I mean, come on. Anyway, not to get off topic. Sydney Sutherland here, 25 years old, beautiful young woman, whole life ahead of her. Tragically struck down by this guy who apparently knew her. They knew each other in some capacity. He's 28. She's 25. Possible they went to school together. Possible they ran in the same social circles in some extent. Although a nurse and a third-generation farmer don't really seem like they would be in those areas, but it's possible that he knew her somehow. Well, they said that he knew her somehow. They haven't just identified it yet. So, I don't know. I'm hoping to get more information because I, like you, probably are asking yourself why, you know, as we frequently do in these situations. And it's just a terrible story. Now, let's talk about something truly terrible for the final story of the day. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you are reading that headline correctly. Fitchburg, mother and son, both charged with incest, could face up to 20 years in prison. Now, I know what you're thinking, WTF, Matt, what the hell? This isn't a murder crime. It isn't. It's a crime. And I'm asking the question, I wanted to present this here for two reasons. One, if you like weird stories like this, I do another podcast called Stranger Days, which you can find on Anchor FM /Stranger Days pod. Just saying. And two, it's a mystery as to why this happened. All right. Like, it's a mystery. That's why I want to talk about it. I also really want to mess up your day, apparently, today. Terrible stories. So it's a very brief one. It's literally just this one slide. Tony L. Lavoie's wife caught her husband and his 63-year-old mother, Cheryl Lavoie, having sex at their home in Fitchburg on May 20th, according to the local media. Lavoie's wife called 911, and when police arrived, they were told by both the mother and the son that, in fact, the sexual relations were consensual. The Lavoies also added that it was the first time that it had happened. That I don't believe. Fitchburg police charged the mother and son with incest and issued them a summons to appear on August 20th. The charge is, in fact, a felony. They were both arraigned and released on personal recognizance. The judge ordered them to stay away from one another, lest ye get the hose, according to local media. And the pair will return to court on October 27th for a pretrial hearing and do, in fact, face up to 20 years in prison. Yeah. So right now, information is scarce about why this happened. Information is scarce about any of those sordid details, which, again, my fascination with the macabre and the weird and the WTF are one of the reasons why this story was kind of calling out to me. not that I have an Oedipus complex or nothing like that. Jesus, guys, come on, calm down. But it's like, for one, why? Why would this happen? Why would they do it? What's going on here? Well, as far as I saw another article that kind of touched upon it a little bit, and what they alluded to was that more or less Tony was trying to comfort his mother, right? Like, she was just feeling really low. She was feeling real down in the dumps. And he was just trying to comfort his mother. And somehow in the process of that, they started kissing. And then the kissing eventually turned into the intercourse. And I can't help but think, and I wonder if this is going to come up in any kind of discovery. I just wonder if in a statement this is going to pop up. Look, man, one of the most trending topics of viewership on Pornhub is the MILF stuff. It's incest porn is massive on there. You can't, go. I'm not, if you're underage, don't go. But if you're of age and you know what I'm talking about, and I'm pretty sure if you listen to this, you probably watch a lot of porn. I'm just saying, it's like, that's a thing there. There's a lot of that there. It's a big thing. It's like, it's a huge, you can't get away from it. It's all over there. Sure, it's all fake and make-believe. It's not real. But like, I'm just wondering if like that was a scenario that kind of came into question here. Again, I try to analyze these the best I can in the best way that I can. And so what confuses me is why? Why? Like, the guy's married. The guy is married. Why? He's married. And imagine being his wife coming home and like, honey, I brought dinner. And then just hearing, and you look in and he's just pounding his mom. It's terrible. It's terrible. I shouldn't laugh at it. They face 20 years in prison for violating incest laws. On the internet, it's not real. On the internet, it's make-believe. This is real life, and it's disgusting. It's terrible. And I'm just like, I'm shocked at it's what it is. It's like that thing where you laugh uncontrollably, not because like you like it, but because you don't know what other emotion to express or espouse. And that, my friends, is this story. And as always, I want to hear what you guys are thinking about this one. I want to hear what you guys are saying about this one. The comments are going to be crazy. If you haven't already, head over to facebook.com/groups/the milk carton. Post your comments on this story in that group. Also, hit me up on Twitter @mjarbo. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is to leave a 5-star review on iTunes. If you want to help out, if you want to get your voice, or here's that. I want to hear you guys' voice on this one. So go to your phone, download the Anchor FM app, find Milk Carton Mysteries, and then send me a voicemail. I want to see if anyone's I want to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to start adding that in, your guys' thoughts on these. But holy crap, guys. Holy crap. This is the world we live in. If there ever was a time for a giant meteor, I believe episode 31 of Milk Carton Mysteries is going to be the one that goes down, at least for right now, where people are going to be like, yeah, that's when I decided it's time for everyone to kick the bucket. It's time for everyone to probably die. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Thank you again for watching, listening, and engaging, and being the awesome you that likes the weird true crime like I do. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.